When most of us think of fruit, we imagine fresh, wholesome, nutrient-packed food that keeps us healthy. Doctors and nutritionists have praised fruit for decades as a key component of a balanced diet. And it's true. Fruits provide fiber, antioxidants, vitamins, and hydration. But here's something many people don't realize. After the age of 60, our bodies process sugar, potassium, and even natural plant compounds differently than they once did. Aging brings slower circulation, changes in kidney and liver function, and increased sensitivity to blood sugar fluctuations. Medications, common among older adults, add yet another layer of complexity. This means that some fruits, though perfectly healthy in younger years, may actually pose hidden risks when eaten in the wrong way or at the wrong time of day. In fact, they can quietly increase the risk of stroke without any symptoms until it's too late. Let's take a closer look at 6 common fruits that seniors should handle with more care, why they can be risky, and how to enjoy them more safely. Why fruit becomes riskier with age. Before diving into the specifics, it helps to understand what changes after 60. Several age-related shifts influence how the body reacts to fruit. 1. Kidneys and liver slow down. These organs are responsible for balancing electrolytes and processing medications. As they become less efficient, potassium or plant compounds from fruit can build up. 2. Blood vessels stiffen. This makes older adults more vulnerable to spikes in blood pressure and blood sugar. 3. Insulin sensitivity weakens. Sugar from fruit that once gave a harmless boost now lingers longer in the bloodstream, stressing the heart and brain. 4th, nighttime dehydration is common. Seniors may lose fluids more quickly or take diuretic medications, leaving the blood thicker and more prone to clotting during sleep. These changes don't mean fruit is bad. Instead, they highlight why portion size, timing, and food combinations matter more than ever. 1. Bananas. Bananas have long been a go-to snack, easy to peel, soft on the stomach, and full of potassium. But in older adults, especially when overripe, they can trigger health concerns. As bananas ripen, starch turns into sugar. The result? A higher glycemic index that sends blood sugar skyrocketing. At the same time, the potassium load can overwhelm kidneys that aren't as efficient as they once were. Add in stiffer blood vessels, and an innocent banana becomes a recipe for blood pressure spikes and irregular heart rhythms. Consider the story of Margaret, a 76-year-old retired librarian. She believed starting her day with 1 or 2 overripe bananas was healthy. One morning, she woke up dizzy and slurring her words. At the hospital, doctors found her potassium levels elevated and her blood pressure dangerously high. She'd suffered a mild ischemic stroke. The solution wasn't giving up bananas completely. Instead, Margaret switched to greener bananas, ate them only after drinking water and having protein, and saw her blood pressure stabilize. Takeaway? Seniors should avoid eating very ripe bananas on an empty stomach. Opt for smaller, greener bananas paired with protein to blunt sugar spikes. 2. Grapes. Grapes look harmless, small, bite-sized, refreshing. But beneath their skin lies a concentrated dose of glucose and fructose. For seniors with slower insulin response, a handful of grapes, especially on an empty stomach, can cause blood sugar to rise sharply. This sudden spike doesn't just affect energy levels. It creates microscopic inflammation inside fragile blood vessels. Over time, these tiny injuries encourage clot formation, setting the stage for strokes. Evelyn, a 79-year-old retired music teacher, discovered this the hard way. She loved her morning bowl of grapes, sometimes 2 cups at a time. One morning, her hand trembled while writing a card, and moments later, she couldn't remember how to spell congratulations. She had suffered a transient ischemic attack, mini stroke. Doctors traced it back to blood sugar surges and vessel inflammation. Safer way to enjoy grapes. Never eat them on an empty stomach. Limit to a small handful. Pair with almonds, cheese, or another protein, just fat, to slow sugar absorption. And avoid them at night, when the body needs steady blood flow instead of sugar surges. 3. Pineapple. Pineapple often feels like a healthier dessert alternative, but for seniors, it can quietly combine 3 risks. 1. Bromelain effect. This natural enzyme can thin the blood. In people taking blood thinners or clotting-related medications, this can make blood too thin, raising the chance of dangerous brain bleeds. 2. High sugar load. A serving of pineapple raises blood sugar quickly, particularly harmful when eaten after dinner as the body slows down. 3. Acidity and reflux. Pineapple is highly acidic. At night, it may trigger silent acid reflux, allowing tiny amounts of stomach acid to enter the airway and reduce oxygen to the brain. This oxygen drop has been linked to morning strokes. Clara, a 77-year-old choir director, ate pineapple nightly instead of cake. One morning, she woke dizzy with slurred speech. Tests showed a posterior stroke, high sugar, and oxygen stress from reflux. Practical advice: eat pineapple earlier in the day, keep portions small, never eat it before bed, and avoid it altogether if taking blood thinners unless cleared by a doctor. 4. Watermelon. Watermelon is 90% water, so most people assume it hydrates. But it's also a natural diuretic, meaning it makes you urinate more. For seniors already taking diuretics, water pills for blood pressure, large evening servings can backfire, causing overnight dehydration. Dehydration thickens the blood, making it flow more slowly. Combine this with naturally lower nighttime blood pressure, and the result is a dangerous setup for clot formation and ischemic stroke. Howard, an 82-year-old postal worker, thought watermelon was his healthiest habit. After eating several slices nightly, he collapsed one morning with a mild stroke. Doctors discovered his blood had become too thick overnight. Safer approach: enjoy watermelon in the morning or afternoon. Keep servings moderate. If on water pills, talk to a doctor before eating large amounts and pair with electrolytes, like a pinch of salt or coconut water, to improve hydration balance. 5. Oranges and orange juice. Oranges are rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, but the hidden danger for seniors lies in a compound called furanocoumarin, which interferes with liver enzymes responsible for processing many medications. When these enzymes are blocked, drugs like statins, blood pressure pills, and blood thinners either accumulate to dangerous levels or don't work at all. This can lead to sudden drops in blood pressure, muscle inflammation, or unstable clotting, all of which raise stroke risk. Albert, a 79-year-old bus driver, loved fresh squeezed orange juice with his breakfast pills. Over time, his drug levels became toxic, leading to dizziness and a minor ischemic stroke. Safer option: limit or skip orange juice if you're on medications. Don't take pills with citrus juice, and for flavor, use lemon or lime water, which has fewer interactions. 6. Mango. Mangoes are delicious but deceptively risky for seniors. A single cup contains nearly 45 grams of sugar, more than some desserts. This sugar surge inflames blood vessels and increases clot risk. Mango also contains mangiferin, a compound that slows liver metabolism of medications. For seniors on heart, cholesterol, or blood pressure drugs, this can lead to dangerous buildups. William, an 83-year-old retired firefighter, replaced cookies with dried mango, believing it was healthier. But dried mango is even more sugar-dense. After weeks, his medication levels spiked, and he suffered a mild stroke. Guidelines: eat only small portions, and only during the day. Pair with protein or fat to slow sugar absorption. Never eat mango before bed, and always consult your doctor if you're on prescriptions. The bigger picture: awareness, not fear. It's important to stress that fruit isn't the enemy. Fruits are still valuable sources of nutrition, but as we age, our relationship with them must change. The key lessons are: 1. Portion size matters more than ever. Smaller servings reduce spikes in blood sugar and potassium. 2. Timing is crucial. Eat fruits earlier in the day, not late at night when the body is slowing down. 3. Pair wisely. Combining fruit with protein or healthy fats, nuts, yogurt, cheese, blunts sugar surges. 4th, medication awareness. Always check with your doctor about fruit-drug interactions. 5. Hydration balance. Some fruits can dehydrate or alter fluid balance. Monitor how your body responds. Aging brings wisdom, but also new vulnerabilities. By being aware of how common fruits interact with medications, blood sugar, and nighttime physiology, seniors can enjoy them safely without compromising brain or heart health. Conclusion: the stories of Margaret, Evelyn, Clara, Howard, Elbert, and William highlight a crucial truth. Even healthy habits need reevaluation after 60. Fruits once seen as universally beneficial can, under certain conditions, increase stroke risk. The solution isn't avoidance, it's awareness. By adjusting portion sizes, choosing better times to eat, and consulting with healthcare providers, seniors can continue enjoying the sweetness of fruit while protecting their most vital assets, the brain, the heart, and their independence.